This is the ultimate video hook template. I have used this literally hundreds of times to write hundreds of winning ads. It works across any niche, and I'm going to share it with you right here in this video. Just a warning, this is going to look very different from other cookie cutter templates that you have used in the past. Hey, I'm Tiana. I am a creative strategist with roots in traditional copywriting, and I help DTC brands find more winning ads on Meta more often with copy-first creatives that convert. And today, I'm going to share my video hook blueprint that I have used to write hundreds of winning ads. And it's actually very simple, but it's super flexible. So it works for any video that you're ever going to write in any niche or any style. It really doesn't matter because this is not a rigid template. It's a blueprint that addresses the key psychological triggers that your hook needs to hit in order to turn those impressions into clicks and prospects into buyers. So let's dive in. The hook is the first 3 seconds of your ad. And yes, it needs to grab your audience's attention. You probably already know that, but a great hook does a lot more than that. Your hook actually has 4 jobs. That's why I have 4 checkboxes for any hook that you ever write. And actually, I have a similar blueprint that you can use for entire video ad scripts, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end of the video. But for now, let's just focus on this ultra important first 3 seconds of your video ad. First, your hook needs to grab my attention. It needs to stop me in my scroll and grab me by the throat. You got 3 tools that you can use to accomplish this. 1, you have visuals, as in what does your prospect actually see in the creative? 2, you have text overlay, which acts like the headline for your video ad, so you definitely don't want to skip that one. And you have your script, which is the audio that your audience is hearing and or the audio captions that are being shown across the bottom of the creative. So when it comes to hooks, your visuals will do a lot of the heavy lifting, but there's a huge asterisk here. You got to be really careful because you don't want to depend on a purely visual hook like a super intense pattern interrupt style that is scroll stopping, but it's completely unrelated to your product, because it's really important to qualify your audience immediately, which is just a very fancy way of saying that you need to make it clear who your ad is for, so that the people who stop on your scroll are also your ideal buyers. And this is particularly important on Meta because Meta actually uses the copy and the visuals in the first 3 seconds of your ads to determine who to show it to. So if you're not clearly communicating who your ad is meant for, you're going to get a lot of eyeballs, but very low conversions. So instead, you need to check off box number 2 and tell me very clearly, who is this ad for? Here are a few very easy ways that you can do that. 1, you can literally call out your avatar like this ad does, which is very clearly directed at moms. 2, you can name a specific keyword, like in these ads, which are targeting people on a keto diet. 3, you can name a specific pain point, like this ad, which is for vertically challenged men. 4, you can name a very specific benefit, like in this ad right here. Or number 5, you can even use your visuals to help your audience self-identify. For example, you might work with creators who are in a specific demographic to communicate who exactly this is for, like these 2 ads, right? They're selling the exact same solution, but they're targeting 2 very different age groups through these ads. Or you can feature images that are familiar or specific to your demographic, like in this ad, which is very clearly for women who shave their armpits. Even though the copy doesn't explicitly say so, the visuals do. Little side note, what's important to understand from all of that is that visuals are language too, which means that you have to check off all of these boxes in under 3 seconds. You can do that easily by leaning on visuals that communicate these things rather than depending on more words. This is true across all types of copy, but especially important when it comes to short form copy like in your ads. Now, common hook mistake that I see is that you stop right there. You grab attention and maybe you call out your avatar, which is great for your hook rate, but you are missing a very, very important step. You need to give your prospect a reason to continue watching the ad. You need to increase your hold rate, which is the percentage of your ad that people are actually consuming, which is why checkbox number 3 is open a loop. This means creating enough curiosity to keep people engaged, waiting for some kind of reveal inside of the ad. It's kind of like setting up a riddle and making your prospect just really, really need to know the answer. Sometimes I think of this like a fill in the blank kind of scenario. So here's a couple ways to do that. 1, hold back on the product reveal. Nickname the solution something a little mysterious like 30-second hack, for example. It'll make the user feel like, oh my God, I need to know what the hack is, right? Even though it might just be toothpaste. Then you can set up your argument before you even reveal your product. 2, challenge a commonly held belief or the current approach that they're using to solve their problems and suggest that in the video, you're going to tell them or expose some kind of truth that has to do with what they're already trying to use, okay? 3, you can use a listicle style hook like this one to hook them in. Just make sure that the information that you're going to share with them is valuable enough for them to stick around. Finally, the last checkbox is you gotta give me hope. There needs to be a payoff for your prospect to keep watching. The bigger that payoff seems, the more likely they are to watch to the end. So in some way, shape, or form, you need to communicate to me that if I watch this ad, I will gain some information that will make my life better. And maybe it is a 30-second hack that will get rid of my tooth black, like in this hook, or maybe it's finally the answer to my razor burn like this hook promises me, or maybe I can look as beautiful as the woman with the perfect lashes in this ad, or maybe it's shiny, healthy hair, or maybe it's something a little deeper, like the perfect scent that will make my partner more attracted to me, like in this ad. Whatever it is, you just gotta make sure that I care enough to stick around and find out. There needs to be a value promise, and not just in the product or service that you're selling, but just in the video that I'm currently watching. There needs to be a reason or something in the video that I can look forward to. Now, like I said, I have a blueprint like this that you can use for entire video scripts. That's extremely simple. It will work across any niche, demo, style of ad that you want to tackle, whether it's UGC, founders, unboxing, listicle style scripts, whatever. If you want a full breakdown of that video ad blueprint, please hit subscribe here because I may release a video all about that in the future. And please hit like and let me know that this was helpful for you, because if it was, I will keep sharing free training, blueprints, templates, stuff just like this video. And if you are super motivated and you want more free training like this more often, I invite you to join the Copy First newsletter, where I share weekly ad breakdowns, insider copy, ad, and creative strategy tips, and of course, insider savings on exclusive Copy First mini courses and masterclasses that I offer. So I will see you in there. And for now, thank you so much for watching. I am coming to you live from Amsterdam today, and this is one of the major perks of becoming a freelance copywriter and building a very flexible free business like I have. So if you want help doing that, if that inspires you and revs you up, please, I really encourage you to join the Copy First newsletter. Get in touch, because that is what I'm all about, is helping people build this type of lifestyle. I'm very passionate about it. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.